Doctor's order said to get stronger. What do you want? Greetings. Greetings, everyone. This is the Doctor's Order Show. Today is December the 12th, and we are once again live on Global 99.5 FM, the place where you can have all your health issues and concerns addressed. Greetings once again, as my mentor would say, greetings. Greetings, everyone listening in to our show today. Once again on Global 99.5 FM. Today, we will continue our talks about the mind body connection. We started that last week, and today we will continue on with that. I have a guest today. It will be Marlene McKinney. She was on with us in the month of November. She's a nutritionist, and she'll be back with us today, probably halfway about the show. Okay. So we'll continue talking about the mind body connection today. The Doctor's Order Show is a 1 hour show that promises to be engaging and informative. So feel free to call in. The call in numbers are 326-0271 or 2, or you can WhatsApp us at 801-0271. You can also be found on cable channel 974, on the Cable Bahamas channel 974. You can also watch us on the Facebook page, Global 99.5 FM, and also on YouTube as well. Okay, so please gather your thoughts, your questions, and call us in and let us know, you know, what you're thinking about today, what you would like to share with us today. Okay, we would love to hear it. We would love to know how you feel, what you're thinking, so that you can inform others, right? It's about sharing. If you're thinking it, someone else is probably thinking it too. Maybe they're not as courageous as you are. Maybe they don't, feel as confident as you do. But if you know that you have something to share and someone else can benefit from it, please share it with us today so that we can, you know, as they say, sharing is caring, right? That other person will benefit from your thoughts. All right, so back to the mind body connection today. As we were talking about it last week, um, we know that the mind and the body are connected, and it affects our health. It affects the body, can affect the mind, and the mind can affect the body. We can never separate them. They are intricately intertwined. And so when we talk about health, um, if we're not dealing in a balanced manner with these things, we're not going to be really and truly healthy. Physical health is not the only, and it most certainly is not the most important aspect of our health. The World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. We spoke about, once again, the mind body connection last week, and we talked about the spiritual and physical components of a human. The physical components of a human body consist of cells, tissues, organs, and systems. The spiritual consists of our mind and emotions. We talked about the interplay of the mind, emotions, and body, and how each affects the other or the others, right? The mind can affect the emotions, it can also affect the body. Meanwhile, the emotions can affect the mind and the body can affect both the mind and the emotions as well. So, for a human to be healthy, there needs to be a state of equilibrium in all three compartments of man or a human, right? Once again, the three compartments, if we choose to put it in that way, would consist of the mind, that would be one compartment. The second would be the emotions, and then the third would be the physical. Okay, there are three compartments. We're saying that it's three compartments. However, you know, compartment one doesn't have to be the mind; it could be the emotions or the physical body, and vice versa. Okay, we just know that there are three. We'll just say that there are three compartments. So, three compartments: the mind and the emotions are immaterial, non physical, supernatural, intangible, or spiritual compartments. Any of those terms. Okay. And then, of course, the physical body is material. All right. So, if we look at it, if we imagine, if we divide a person into three, say we divide them into three, one part is material, and the other two parts are spiritual or intangible. We can't touch them. One part we can touch, two parts we can't touch. So if we look at it in totality, um, a human is more spiritual in terms of the number of its parts than the physical, because we have two parts spiritual, one part physical. And yet we place so much emphasis on the physical part. But if we're made up of three and we pay more attention to one than the other parts, we are imbalanced. We are imbalanced. And that is where we are not healthy. Okay? This is where the imbalance comes in. And we're not able to be healthy in our mind, in our emotions, and in our body because we are only focusing on one area. Okay? And we all know that if we have, let's say, we're parents, we have three children, we pay more attention to one than the other two. We know what that is going to cause. That is going to cause a lot of problems in the family. There's going to be some chaos, there's going to be some ill feelings. Um, it's not going to be a good situation, not at all. And so it's the same thing with a human, only focusing on the physical, what we eat, if we exercise, uh, do we bathe or do we not bathe? Hopefully, we bathe, you know, and all the other things that we do to keep our bodies well manicured, doing all the stuff to make sure that we cut down on malodors and all the other stuff. So it's the same thing with the human. We cannot neglect the other members of the family. Yes, we have three kids. Okay. But you can feed one and then don't feed the other two. That's neglect. And anything that is neglected is going to give you trouble. Okay. We've got to feed all three of the children. Same thing with the human. We've got to feed all three parts of us. We've got to feed it, or otherwise we will be malnourished. And when we are malnourished, that's when diseases, that's when all sort of other calamities occur in our lives because we're not balanced. Okay? So yes, this is the doctor's orders show. We are live on Global 99.5. Guys, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, if you have anything you'd like to add to the conversation, we'd like for you to call in. We'd like for you to call in on 326-0271 or 326-0272. You can also WhatsApp us at 801-0271. You can also watch us on cable or listen to us on cable 974, cable channel 974. You can watch us live on Facebook on the Global 99.5 page and also on YouTube. Okay. So call in, let us know what your thoughts are. What do you think about this mind body connection? Have you had any experiences in your life or seen anything in your life where you can identify with what is being said today? Right? This is what this is all about: hearing, sharing, caring. Okay? Another three things. All right? So call us, let us know if what you are hearing is registering with you. um what is it that you think about when you hear about this mind body connection? Do you think it really exists, or we just flow any kind of way? um that we're living this life, and only what we can feel and touch is important, that only what we put in our body is important, that you know if we exercise sometimes it's okay, if we eat you know some lettuce and tomatoes sometimes it's okay? Or do you think that what you put in your body is important, what you put in your mind is important, and what you allow in your emotions is also important, and that you need to bring balance to all three of those areas in order for you to be healthy? Okay? Let us know. Call in, share with us your thoughts. Okay? So it's the Christmas season, right? We know that. We're in full swing now. We were getting there, and now it's Christmas. Okay, it's Christmas. You can feel safe to say to people now, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, season's greetings, all of those good things that we greet each other with during this time of the year. So during Christmas, we know that there's a lot going on. There's a lot of preparation. There's a lot of festivities. Um, Everybody is so busy with decorating and planning Christmas dinners and all the other festivities that will occur during this time, right? All of the friends and the family, maybe that we haven't seen so much during the year, more than likely we're going to find ourselves, with them. We're planning these big festivities and these big meals, right? So what do we think about what do we think about nutrition during Christmas time? We know based on our culture, what we do. We know, you know, like I said, everything that we plan and how we plan it, and it's a part of our culture, and it's wonderful. And it brings families together and friends together, and it's a wonderful time of the year. It truly is. Christmas is absolutely um, one of the best times. Even little kids, they look forward to it. They experience Christmas based on how their families, you know, commune, and they look forward to this time of the year. Especially for the little kids, they look forward to the presents. There are adults who look forward to those presents as well. um and they have a list, and they're checking it twice. They have their gifts that they want. They've been eyeing it all year, and they expect to receive that come December 25th, right? And therein lies a dilemma. You want this gift, you want this, you want that, you want to do this, you want to do that, you expect this, you expect that, and then the expectation is not you don't get what you expect. The expectation is not realized. What happens then? Hmm? What happens then? That's when our emotions kick in. What are we feeding our emotions so that we can be balanced? We know what we're feeding our bodies. We know what we should feed our bodies. Christmas time is generally, the time when we do the cheating in terms of what we eat. We don't probably exercise as much because we want to just go into a mode, a celebratory mode, and we just want to enjoy things. We don't want to feel so constrained, so restricted, right? Same thing with our emotions. We may not get what we expect. We may not get it. What then happens? What are we feeding our emotions now to kind of counteract what may or may not come? How are we going to be healthy in the physical, in the emotional, and and the mental compartment of our being? What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Are we practicing? Are we thinking? What are our thoughts like? What are we doing? Since we know that there is a connection, what are we doing? What preventative measures are we going to put in place so that we can maintain our health in all aspects of life? These are the things that we need to be thinking about for the Christmas season. We want to be healthy going in so that we can enjoy it while we are in it. And when we come out of it, we want to maintain our health, right? So when our guest, Marlene McKinney, shows up, we'll talk more about the diet part of it. But in the meantime, what can we do? What can we do mentally? What are some of the things we can think about? Because in the mental compartment, you know, we can think about some things, we can imagine some things, we can paint pictures in our minds of how or the results that we want when we want to be healthy, when we want to maintain our health. Yes. So call in today. Let us hear about what you plan on doing mentally. What are some of the thoughts that you are going to um, think about? What are some of the scenarios or situations that you are going to map out so that should anything occur, you will be mentally prepared for it? This is the preventative part of being mentally healthy. Yes? So, like I said, this is the Doctor's Order Show. We're not only here to talk about physical health, we're here to talk about health. This is a health talk show. Okay. So give us a call. Give us a call, 326-0271 or 326-0272. We are live on Global 99.5 FM. You can also WhatsApp us at 801-0271 and message us or call us. And we're also on the cable channel 974. We're also on Facebook Live, um, Global F, Global 99.5 FM page, and also YouTube. Okay. So we're talking about the mind body connection once again. And in this segment, we want to talk more about mental health, the mental aspect of our health. How can we, how can we come through the Christmas season? How can we prepare to come through the Christmas season in a healthy way? In a healthy way, I believe that one of the ways that we can do it is by knowing the reason for the season. I heard a conversation the other day, and the conversation is, I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't believe in Christmas because it's really not the time of year that Jesus was born. So I really don't, it doesn't matter to me, and all the other stuff. And so I listened, and perhaps we can agree that it probably isn't the time of year that that Jesus was born. But for whatever reason, it was assigned to this time of the year. There are many theories as to why we celebrate Christmas during this time of the year. It was said, or it is said, that it was a pagan holiday around this time of the year. And the reason, for celebrating Christmas now or during this time was to put Christ in the Mass. The Mass was the celebration. And so, in order to put Christ into the pagan holiday, they called it Christmas. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you do know to be, you know, what Christmas or why Christmas is celebrated around this time of the year. Call in and let us know. Like I said, inform us, educate us so that we can share with others. Okay. Um, yeah. So the reason for the season. That's what Christmas is supposed to be. The reason for the season is Jesus, the birth of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Right? And if we think about it like that, if it's supposed to be his birthday, why are we getting so excited? And why are we getting so consumed and becoming angry and frustrated and disappointed when we don't get what we think we should get? It's not our birthday. It's not our birthday. When it's somebody's birthday, you should be giving them gifts, not you receiving gifts. But we've fashioned Christmas like that. We've fashioned Christmas like that in the Western world, where we give gifts, we give gifts, we give gifts to others, and in giving those gifts to others, we also expect to receive gifts. Right? Is that really the way it should be? Are we setting expectations on ourselves that only lead to disease in our mental state? Have we decided, we're going to give Jesus? Or do we think he doesn't need anything? So we decide it's okay. I don't need to give anybody anything. I just, I just want to receive. I just want to receive. It's have you decided what could you give Jesus? What would benefit him? He's no longer physical, he's spiritual. So what can you give a spirit? What can you give him? Can you give him your thoughts? Can you give him your emotions, your heart? Have we thought about that? Or is it once again just a physical thing? Christmas, we go out, we party, we eat, you know, we drink, we feel merry, we do what we have to do, and then whatever happens, happens, you know? We know that even though this is a time of celebration and everybody loves, generally everybody loves Christmas, this is also a time when there are a lot of sad people. Our emotional state, our emotional state at this point can be very fragile as well because of so many things. We know that, um, you start to think about other things, other things, traumas that we've experienced in our life, and all sorts of other things start to become more prevalent. And so we have we have a lot of people who are very solemn. They think about loved ones that they've lost, um, some disappointments, some regrets in life, and they allow that to pull them down emotionally. What are we going to do? What can we do to prevent this at Christmas time? What can we do? Can we can we can we just think about the reason for the season? Perhaps if we do that, some of the other things would fall in place. Perhaps if we decided, what are we going to give the Lord? What are we going to give him? It's his birthday we're celebrating after all. What does he want from us? What does he want from us? Perhaps if we shift our perspective, then Christmas won't be so emotionally draining or mentally draining for some of us. Yeah. The same way, like we're going to say, okay, so I'm only going to have so much fruitcake, right? I love fruitcake. Someone might say, I love it. And we know that this is the time of the year when we eat fruitcake in our culture. This is the time of the year, right? So we decide as a preventative measure, I'm only going to have so much because I know if I eat too much, what's going to happen. Same thing with your thoughts, same thing with your emotions. Can we limit them? Can we only give them so much room so that we don't have to be hospitalized after the Christmas season is over? Okay. We're going to try and balance the human. We're going to try to balance ourselves so that we can come out of Christmas healthy. I know as a doctor, um, in practice, your patients come in, you talk about the Christmas season, you do all the preventative stuff, and then, yeah, they go overboard with the eating and not exercising and whatever. And then come the new year, some of them have to be hospitalized. All right. So this is the doctor's order show, and we're gonna get ready to go on break. But before we do that, we just want to recognize our sponsors. Our sponsors today are Live Well Pharmacy, which is located in the Solomon Springs Plaza on Prince Charles Drive, 2 doors east of Bamboo Shack. Their phone number is 805-0557. You can WhatsApp them and they will prepare your prescription to decrease the wait time, go and check them out. That's Live Well Pharmacy. Their hours are 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Okay? Just go in, they're expecting you, and they're going to take excellent care of you there. Okay? The other sponsor is Clinicare, Women Care Diagnostic, and Reproductive Center. Okay? Their services offered there are they deal with infertility, they deal with general medicine, where you can have your pap smears done. Also, they deal with, you know, all of the things that go along with having a baby. So if you're planning on having a baby and you need to, have yourself checked out, that's where you can get all your prenatal, all of your natal and your postnatal services done. They also do semen analysis, intrauterine insemination. They deal with PCOS, um, hormone assays. That's where you get all your hormones checked out. And if you need to see what's going on in your uterus, they also do the saline infusion sonohysterogram. Okay. So go and check them out. Their number is 325-8850 or 2. Okay. So once again, that's Clinicare, Women Care Reproductive and Diagnostic Center, located on number 33 Marathon Road. So we'll go to our break and we'll see you on the next side.
The food we eat directly impacts our physical health, but did you know that it also affects our brain function? In this video, we'll explore the mind-body connection and how the food you eat affects your brain. Junk food, like fast food, soda, and candy, can have a negative impact on your brain function. Studies have shown that a diet high in sugar and processed foods can lead to inflammation in the brain, which can cause memory loss and cognitive decline. On the other hand, a diet rich in leafy greens, whole grains, and other healthy foods can positively impact your brain function. These foods contain vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that help reduce brain inflammation and support healthy brain function. Omega-3 fatty acids, which are found in fatty fish like salmon, are particularly important for brain function. Omega-3s help to protect the brain from damage and inflammation and can improve mood, memory, and cognitive function. Berries, particularly blueberries, are another brain-boosting food. Blueberries are high in antioxidants, which help to protect the brain from oxidative stress and inflammation. Green tea is also beneficial for brain function. It contains caffeine and L-theanine, both of which can improve cognitive function and mood. Turmeric, a spice commonly used in Indian and Middle Eastern cuisine, has been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties that can protect the brain from damage. Like walnuts and almonds, nuts are a good source of healthy fats and antioxidants that can protect the brain from oxidative stress. Sweet potatoes are a good source of beta-carotene, which is converted into vitamin A in the body. Vitamin A is important for healthy brain function and can protect the brain from damage. Oatmeal is a good source of fiber and protein, which can help to keep your brain fueled throughout the day. Quinoa is a good source of complex carbohydrates and protein, which can help to regulate blood sugar levels and provide a steady supply of energy to the brain. Remember, the food you eat directly impacts your brain function. Incorporating these brain-boosting foods into your diet can support healthy brain function and improve cognitive performance.
For your well-being, Tuesday mornings 11 a.m. to 12 noon, join Dr. Marcia Johnson-Brown and her guest for Doctor's Orders on Global 99.5 FM. Be a part of informative discussions about pertinent health issues, new trends in healthcare and treatments, the Bahamas' healthcare system, the government proposed healthcare reform, and its impact on today's healthcare. It's Doctor's Orders with Dr. Marcia Johnson-Brown, Tuesday morning, 11 a.m., right here on Global 99.5 FM. It's about your health.
All right, folks, we're back. We're back live on the Doctor's Order Show on Global 99.5 FM. So today we're here to talk about the mind body connection. Today we're here, and our guest has just arrived. She has just arrived. Um, she'll go on that side. Okay, yeah. So we'll continue talking about the mind body connection, and let's think about like I was saying, let's think a bit more even at home. If you don't feel like calling in, just call, just think more about what are the preventative measures you're going to take to come out of Christmas, healthy. Okay, and that's in a spiritual way, in which consists of our emotions and our thoughts, and also in the physical way. How are we going to eat? What are we going to do um, to make sure that come January we maintain our health? Okay. So as I was saying, I think a very good place to start um, is to let's really define why we have Christmas. Why we have Christmas, right? If we stay in that vein and not go the way of shopping until we drop, and all of the other things that we do during Christmas time that we know is unhealthy. If you do not have the funds to shop like you would like to or generally do, or if you don't have it, there's only so much you can do. Let's set a budget. Let's stay true to that budget, and be happy. Okay. Same thing with food. Let's decide how we're going to eat and what we're going to eat. If we're going to exercise, what are the things that we're going to do? Let's set those things now, so that when it comes, same thing with our emotions. When you feel that emotion welling up in you, can you shift the thought? Can you go to a happier time? Perhaps, maybe if you lost a loved one, can you think of the happy times? You may still feel a little, but at least that time you remember when they did that crazy thing, and you were laughing, and it caused you to just squawk, and just to let's think those kinds of thoughts. I myself had an experience the other day. It was Black Friday, and I went to a store to look for something, and on the TV was this commercial. Well, it wasn't a commercial, it was a song. It was a video for a song. It was All I Want for Christmas Is You. I remember um my cousins and I, we planned a little, sing and dance for our grandparents, and we were singing it and doing all sorts of crazy things, and my grandparents were enjoying it so much. They laughed, and they was just having a good time watching us, just sing and dance for them. So now both of my grandparents have passed, and so when I heard that song in the store, I could feel the tears coming, and the tears flowed, and I tried not to let anybody know by quickly wiping my eyes and like turning my back to people and stuff like that. So I know that it is real. There are certain emotions, certain people, that you've lost, loved ones or friends, or certain situations that you may have gone through in life that may try to, but think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts. That just shift the thinking. Yes, my grandparents are gone, and rightfully so. They didn't come here to stay forever. We didn't come here to stay forever. And they lived until their 90s. So they're, it wasn't like, we knew they had to go. And that was consolation for me. We had them a long time. And so it was a joy and it was a pleasure to sing and dance that song. And I think about it every time I hear that song. And so it's a bittersweet thing. It's a bittersweet thing, but hey, this is life. All right. So let's go on now and bring in our guest, Miss Marlene McKinney, the one that you have all been requesting. Yeah, so she's here to help us with the physical side, to help us with that diet, that nutrition side of Christmas. We know what we like, the eggnog, the fruit cake, right? Yeah, those things are traditionally only during Christmas time, right? And so we're gonna listen to Miss Marlene McKinney and just let her help us, to really bring home what I wanted to talk about, like nutrition, um, of how does that affect the mind body connection? How does that how does that how does that fit in, and what can we do, right? What are the effects of Christmas on our decisions about what we eat during Christmas time? Can you help us with that?
No problem. I'm happy to be here. Thanks again for the invite. And as we look closer to the holidays, one of the things I like to talk about, Dr. Brown, is food. I'm a foodie, in spite of the fact people probably don't think so. I am. I try to tend to eat healthier. There are days like Christmas that's just a little bit ahead of us, where I may cheat a little, and when I cheat, I still indulge in vegan treats. Okay, but when you think about Christmas and how that could really help us to decide what we're going to eat, first I like to think of the fact that notoriously, like you said before, it's a time of indulgence. It's a time when we figure I can cheat and I don't have to worry about it. I was talking to my group about these very questions this morning, and I threw it out to them, and some of them said, it's family time, it's fun time, it's good times. And we surround it with that atmosphere that makes us feel as though we can indulge. And guess what? It's a no guilt day. That's how we figure.
Right.
But do you know that studies have shown that we actually eat 6,000 plus calories on that Christmas day?
I'm sure.
And that is 2 times more than we would need, 3 times more than we would actually need in terms of the amount of calories. If we were counting calories, just starting off with breakfast, some of us have a special breakfast, right? Eggnog is something I would really love. I mean, we have it in plant-based and it's really delicious, but it's still high in sugar, right? So when I think of the holidays, that question, what are the effects of Christmas on our decisions and about what we eat? I'm thinking of a day when most people figure it's an excuse to be gluttonous and without any guilt, because we only see these things once a year.
Yeah.
Although it is a time for hospitality and generosity, we give a lot. At the same time, yes, we're building memories and all that. It's still a day when most of us figure, I don't care. I don't care what you say. Today, I eat whatever I choose.
Right.
So I think if we keep in mind that it's just a day. Honestly, it may not just be another day for most people, but it's really just a day. And what is food? What is food? Isn't it supposed to be something that we're eating for nutrition?
Physical nutrition.
Right? Most of us are eating because we are stressed, and we're drinking and eating because we are overwhelmed with life concerns and cares. But it's just a day. Now, it is just a day, but on that day, we have foods that we haven't had all year long, turkey and ham and all these things. How do we then make it a balanced day? What do we do to make sure that we don't overextend ourselves?
Marlene, we can have ham any time of the day, any time of the year.
Anytime.
We can have turkey any time of the year.
Yeah, but it's different. Christmas is different. It comes with the family, and just being around family, being with other family members and being with your friends.
Yeah.
That too is an influence. You're like, try some of that, girl. That's so good. Man, I can't wait. Woo. And here's the thing. Well, like I said to my girls this morning, I'm not going to ask you to do the turkey if I know you're not good at it. I'm going to ask you to do
Right.
those things I know you're best
You're
at.
best at,
So
yeah.
everything on that table will represent the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
My mama did the macaroni and they put their foot in there. That's what we say,
sure.
right?
That's for sure.
Child, you must
That's
put
for
your foot in there. You must put the two in there, And so most times when we are, what triggers, I think, our eating at the holiday time is that just family, being with friends, being, in the excess amounts. And then we are making far more than we actually can ever eat. We're preparing
We need
far more than we can.
leftovers.
Huh?
We need leftovers. Not only for tomorrow, but the next week,
Yes, leftovers for a long time. But here's some pointers. Here's what I would suggest for those of us who are really tempted during the holiday, because holidays are just a minute away, and the Christmas will be here and gone. First of all, it's just a day. That's my number. That's me. Eat mindfully. When you sit to eat, don't just get so caught up that you're not mindfully eating, and by the time you're finished eating, people, you would have eaten more than you could even be comfortable with.
Yeah.
And you know what else is about that? One of my friends says, put on a tight belt and make it until you eat until you're uncomfortable, and then you take the belt off. You feel something. I'm okay now. And then remember to push away from the table. When you would have had enough, don't eat until you're so full that you can take a. Can I say that word on the radio? It's a niggeritis.
Niggeritis.
The itis. The itis takes over. Wow. Don't do that, because that is actually called autoimmune. That's auto intoxication. Okay, we became so drunk because we ate so much.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have some pointers. Number one, before you go to dinner, why don't you eat a little something that's healthy? Yeah, man. Just eat a little something.
It's Christmas.
See, but the thing is, if you go to that party really hungry, and all this spread is before you, because of such variety being placed in front of you, guess what? The likelihood is you're going to overeat. Just because there's so much in front of you to choose from. You're going to want a little of everything.
Right.
I want to taste a little of everything.
Yeah, a little of everything. Yeah.
And if you went there with, say, a little bowl of cereal, or you ate a little something prior to going, or, that will help you to stay more on track than if you went there hungry.
Okay.
It's almost like going to the food store hungry. You shouldn't go to the food store hungry, because when you get in the food store and you're hungry, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to pick up a bag of chips or something that the bag, it ain't ever going to be a fruit. How many of us choose a fruit when we go to the food store and you're starving?
No, you choose a snack.
The bag is, whatever you're opening is going to have that, that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, like something that you really know you're cheating on. So the best thing to do is just to plan before going. That's one thing, right? Next, you can make sure that when you're choosing, say for instance, our drinks, right? I'm going to the drink today. The drinks are something that we figure we have to have. If you're a wine drinker, I say take a smaller glass full. I prefer to just drink water like I do. That's the best thing. Because remember now, these drinks are laden in sugars.
Right.
Carbohydrates is high in sugar.
Right.
And so if you're looking for a drink that's going to be satisfying and 0 calories, then you could also go to the
seltzers, eh?
Yes, I was going to say the seltzers, those, it's fizzy, but it has 0 calories, those kinds of things. And just try to drink a lot of water. Sip water as you're drinking. Sip water. And for those of us who think that we have to have something, I say just go with a smaller glass full, preferably, than a larger glass full.
So kind of like drinks, take a little bit, and if you want more, go back for more. Is that it? Yeah. Kind of like that? All right.
The truth is, no, I prefer you to really take what you want one time. That's the rule, that's another rule.
Okay.
There's a lot of rules to this thing.
Take
what you want, don't go back.
All right. So we'll go for a break.
Can we do that?
We can do that.
We'll try.
That's like, we'll try.
Okay.
Nothing beats a try. So this is the doctor's orders. And we're here with Marlene McKinney, and we're talking about body-mind connection with nutrition at Christmas time. Okay. So we'll go to a break. Then we'll come back and finish up.
Workplace events and staff functions like Christmas parties don't have to mean fried, fatty, stodgy foods that weigh you down. They can be a chance to showcase the amazing variety of tasty, fresh foods we have in Victoria. When ordering catering for a workplace event, include healthy choices as the main choices. Set a new trend and look after your staff by offering them fabulous and healthy foods. Platters of seasonal fresh garden salad or salad topped with lean chicken and dressing on the side can be a really delicious and attractive option when your function calls for more than just finger food. Rather than the usual fare of cakes and pastries, staff function foods can be as simple as a fresh cut vegetable sticks and dips. Reduced fat yogurt-based dips such as eggplant or tzatziki are always popular choices. Vietnamese rice paper rolls full of fresh, crunchy vegetables are easy to eat at a party. Just make sure to pick a low-salt option as your dipping sauce, whether it's sweet chilli or soy. A fruit display is a fun way to encourage people to eat more fruit and can be used as a colourful centrepiece. These watermelon trees are really getting in the spirit of the season for a Christmas party at work. A cheese platter with reduced fat cheeses such as cheddar or Edam or ricotta is a great accompaniment to the fresh fruit. Always provide water as the main drink in your workplace. Adding a touch of cranberry juice and lots of fresh mint to a jug of soda water can be a refreshing alternative to sugary drinks. If your workplace is looking to provide healthier food and drink options, the Healthy Eating Policy and Catering Guide for Workplaces is for you. It can be found on www.betterhealth.vic.gov.au.
Standing appointment for your well-being. Tuesday mornings, 11 a.m. to 12 noon. Join Dr. Marcia Johnson Brown and her guest for Doctor's Orders on Global 99.5 FM. Be a part of informative discussions about pertinent health issues, new trends in healthcare and treatments, the Bahamas' healthcare system, the government proposed healthcare reform, and its impact on today's healthcare. It's Doctor's Orders with Dr. Marcia Johnson Brown. Tuesday morning, 11 a.m., right here on Global 99.5 FM. It's about your health.
All right. Welcome back to the Doctor's Order Show. I am Dr. Marcia Johnson Brown. And today our sponsors are Clinic Care, Women Care, Diagnostic, and Reproductive Center. The number for them is 325-8850 or 2. They're located on number 33 Marathon Road. And they the services there are general practice. If you need a pap smear, anything dealing with having a baby, they do infertility and in vitro fertilization treatments. They also do general practice. They also provide services or treatments for polycystic ovarian syndrome. If you're having some hormone issues, they're able to diagnose you. They're able to do some lab tests on you. So go ahead and give them a visit. Like I said, 325-8850 or 2 is one of their numbers, and they're located on number 33 Marathon Road. The other sponsor is Live Well Pharmacy, located in Solomon Springs Plaza on Prince Charles Drive, just 2 doors east of Bamboo Shack. Their hours are 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Don't go on Sundays. They won't be there. Their number is 805-0557. You can call them or you can WhatsApp them, and they will prepare your prescription to decrease your wait time. So go ahead, Live Well Pharmacy. If you want to buy little Christmas gifts, they have wonderful Bahamian-made products there. Go and see their selection. Live Well Pharmacy. Okay. So we're back. We're back, and we're here still with Marlene McKinney. And she's talking to us about nutrition. So we know that Christmas can affect the way we eat. We just talked about that. But how does how we eat affect Christmas for us? Like you just kind of started to talk about, we eat so much we become intoxicated.
Yes,
And so
we do. Yes, we do. And of course, like I said earlier, we should be mindfully eating. If we mindfully eat, in other words, you're not just eating because the food is there. Okay, you're not just eating because my mama made this cake and I'm going to eat all. Some of us can make a cake and eat all. I've been there, literally,
mhm,
right? And the sugar can lead to that because sugar is one of those trigger foods, like salt. The more you eat it, the more you want.
mhm,
Okay, so if we are mindfully eating, then basically we are on the right track, the right pathway to making sure that we don't gain too many extra pounds over the holidays.
right.
I mean, you meet so many people and they're like, "Well, I'll start after the holidays."
Yeah.
But what's your fasting blood sugar? 160, 200, 300. No, you need to start now.
Yeah.
Why are you waiting to start when you really need to start now?
Yeah.
It's, you know, I
So
just
mindfully eating you can say then is you're planning. You're gonna
planning,
plan what's
planning,
gonna happen Christmas
planning,
Day. If I
planning.
have eggnog, I'm gonna have 4 fluid ounces. Yeah.
Mindfully eating. In other words,
Mindfully eating.
you have an organized list of what you're going to eat,
Mhm.
and even you're planning your menu with your family members. You're
Right.
right now planning. A lot of people come together to plan.
Right.
Well, we're gonna have this, and that, and you say, well, I know I really shouldn't have macaroni, potato salad, and rice on that plate.
Mhm.
So maybe today I'll have that, and tomorrow I'll have something else.
Mhm.
So you don't have to have all 3 of those carb servings on one plate. And then
Mhm.
we have pasta salads too, right?
Mhm.
Other carbs and dinner roll, and then we have the don't forget the sweet potatoes and the
Mhm.
mashed potato, and we want all of that on one plate.
Mhm.
Okay, so all I'm saying is if you're mindful eating, you're planning what you eat, then it means that you're going to take a container and say, okay, I'm going to eat this today, and tomorrow I'll have this as my leftovers.
Right. So
And
you're
guess what? It will taste better too.
Yeah.
Right? It tastes better too. So that's what I mean when it comes to mindful eating. So you're organizing your day. Like, listen, I am not going to overeat. I'm not going to overextend myself. I know I want to taste a little of everything. I can plan and I can look at all that you have that's spread in front of you. And you can say, well, this is today, this is tomorrow, that's the next day.
right.
You still would have gotten to taste everything,
Mhm.
isn't it?
Mhm.
Isn't it true?
Yeah, you don't have to eat all
You don't
on
have to all
Christmas
eat
Day.
on Christmas Day.
It's like you said before too. Some of us have special breakfasts. So you're gonna eat that, and plus you're gonna have the heavy lunch and before you go to bed. So yeah, plan, prepare.
We have to plan. We have to plan. Otherwise, we're going to fail. Okay. And that's with life. We will fail. And so if we're planning right now what our menu is going to look like, then I'd say this: look at your plate, make half your plate beautiful and colorful. In other words, it can't be the carbs because carbs aren't that pretty. You want to put the salads on there. They're the non-starchy carbs, right? So you have your salads on that one half of your plate. And then you look at your other half and say, okay, I can fill the other half with something. So start with your salads, start with your vegetables. Can we at least promise to try?
Mhm.
That's all I'm asking, I know it's not easy. Listen, I know it's not easy. I'm not a robot. I'm human just like you are. Okay. But I'm just saying if we start with our salads, start eating it first, the tendency is going to be that you're going to eat far less of the junky foods. It's going to fill you up. And I know a lot of us are saying, well, child, I don't care because I still want to eat everything.
Yeah.
Right. But you have to make a decision. It's up to you to make the decision today what you're going to do Christmas Day and New Year's Day and throughout the holidays, throughout
Boxing
that
Day.
full week.
Yeah.
Because it's a week of festivities going from family home to family home to family home. That's what I'm used to as we grew up. I'm going today to my auntie, tomorrow to my uncle's, and every day there's something. And everybody cooking all these nice, greasy, fatty, sugary, sticky yumminess.
So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Exactly.
Basically, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's all about it. Yeah. Christmas is going to affect the way we eat. We know that.
Yes.
But also, how we eat is also going to affect our Christmas. You go, you get this auto intoxication, like you say, you miss out on so many of the family memories. Yeah. You eat so much, you're sleeping, you're so luggy, you can't do what you plan to do. So it affects itself.
I'll give you an
all around.
illustration. I don't have a garden. I wish I did. I'm not a farmer. I can definitely sprout, though. I can give you food in 2 days as sprouts and beans or whatever. But you look at the farmer. If that farmer was planting tomatoes, right? Farmers planting tomatoes as we wrap up, and they don't give it the right soil. They don't give it any water. They don't have the proper sunlight. What's going to happen to the tomato? It may bear, but will the tomato itself be the healthiest, the nicest, the sweetest, the juiciest? I'm asking a question. I don't think so.
Right.
But if I were to do as my grandfather, the late Edward Lockhart, he used to farm everything. His fruits were delicious. He took care. He was very tenacious and taking care of his plants and watering, making soil. He had manure, and he would go to the, get everything, all the fertilizer. His fruits were plump and juicy and delicious.
Right.
What we plant today for us is going to be our tomorrow.
Wow, that's powerful.
What we plant today. So what you are planting today for your life is your tomorrow.
Wow.
You're looking at your tomorrow right now. And so I say to you, as a Bahamian, as whoever is listening, wherever you are, you've got to decide today how you're going to eat, because you are determining your tomorrow.
There you go.
And you know something? Think about it. Who do you think in your life would want to be taking care of you bedridden without a limb or two? Come on, think about it. I think it's selfish of us to consider nobody when we are just killing ourselves with our forks and our knives and our spoons.
Yeah.
It's selfish of us, because then someone's gonna have to take care of you, your children. Maybe you end up in a nursing home somewhere. Is that the life you want? That's not the life we really want. So as you eat, as you plan your meals this holiday, as you decide how you're going to drink and party and do all that you intend to do it mindfully. Plan with tomorrow in mind.
Yes, and so this is the Doctor's Order Show. I am Dr. Marcia Johnson Brown. Marlene McKinney is our guest. And it's a wrap for today. The mind-body connection is so powerful. We are more than just a physical body. Remember that. In fact, we are more spirit than we are physical. It is said that we are spirit on a human experience. And so all that you hear today is to help you to make better decisions about Christmas. This is the most wonderful time of the year. All right. So thank you to all my sponsors, Live Well, and also Clinic Care, Women Care Diagnostic. We'll see you guys next week. God's willing. Once again, this is the doctor's orders. Please follow our orders, because we want you to be well. We want you to be healthy. All right. Until next week. Sayonara.